Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome all to another scene set in Edessa the Dark Crusade, Season 2. Tonight, we have the still nameless Coterie, having been assigned their mission from the Seneschal. A right and honorable elder of Clan La Sombra. And have been sent to investigate the disappearance of two young Canaanites. One of Clan Esmate, another of Clan Toreador, both on very different sides of a very prominent conflict within the city, which has had obviously both sides accusing each other of the respective disappearances, but nobody cares what they think. No. For these three Canaanites have been sent to ascertain the truth. And such as it is, how do they intend to go about this? Where are they going? Where will they go to investigate? Who do they go to interrogate?
Well, seeing as both of them disappeared in Iraq, that might be a good place to start. So, as the Nameless Coterie, actually, you know what? That could be our name, the Nameless.
I thought we had settled for Blackhead.
That's a bad idea.
Yeah, I agree. That sounds...
A little late to that party. Then again, most of us are.
Plagiarism. But yeah, no.
With a Blackfoot.
No. on their way. Actually, Chris, what was the missing Assamite's name again? Because apparently I didn't note that down.
Hebony.
Hebony, okay.
Mm-hmm. She's a neonate of Clan Assamite.
He's a vizier. Gotcha.
Is a vizier, very friendly, very sociable. Ekilos has probably told you all about that one time they sassed trimming together.
Yes, it was wonderful.
So, as they move to the rack, as they walk and talk, Gufran will speak. I've had the pleasure to speak with one of our missing targets' grandsire. It was more an accidental bump in than an actual appointment, but I talked with Frederick the Toreador's grandsire, Giles. And so I asked him if he noticed anything weird in the wake of Frederick's disappearance, if he noticed any odd behaviors.
Great grandsire.
Great grandsire. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Great grandsire.
I got you, fam.
Wait, he's not. You said his grandsire. Hold on.
My great grandsire.
Okay.
Giles embraced Adam Carter, who then embraced Arthur, who then embraced. I
thought Adam Carter's a neonate.
He is.
This is a busy bloodline.
Yeah.
It is. It really is.
Holy damn. Okay.
Toreador are prolific, yo.
Damn. All right. So I spoke to his great grandsire. And he told me that he didn't really come into contact with his great grandchild. However, he did note that Frederick held a lot of parties as he was responsible for where are my notes? As he was responsible as a housekeeper for a few noble houses. However, before he disappeared, he suddenly stopped hosting them, and he became more and more withdrawn. This was the only thing that his great grandsire noted. Perhaps he was in debt, or anything like that.
Could potentially ask around.
Mm.
Like maybe the kind might have noticed a change if he was like a housekeeper.
Well, according to Master Giles, Frederick's sire and grandsire should know more about him. So,
Okay.
perhaps after the scene, we should just go speak to them, as I am not welcome within Asimite domain.
Oh, you are quite correct, sir.
Well, I can help with that matter.
Excellent, just as we discussed. Well,
I have no problems with either clan as far as I know.
well, it's more of a blood status.
With that, I also have no troubles.
Excellent, wonderful. Let us go onward. Dun, 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 dun.
As you head onwards to the rack, you use on each other's rolls and discover that Irene is useless now. You
Wow.
What? What could possibly be wrong? No, you all head to the rack. Because you're all wonderful people. And yeah, I believe Gufron, you're aware to some extent or another, because of your particular connections. You're aware that Frederick had particular had dealings with some of the merchants there.
Mm-hmm.
And you know where that meeting was supposed to take place. It was actually supposed to. It was a small store, not too far into the bazaar, but prominent enough that it actually is within the bazaar. It's not just a stand.
Okay. What does it sell?
One sec. Actually, it's a winery.
Aha.
Hmm. Well, I guess we could go further to investigate this place.
Well, this is a good place to start. Afterwards, we will go to where, as far as we know, Ebony disappeared.
Habony, you're aware she just went to the rack, usually just to feed or to go and or to kind of interact with the local populace, kind of just socialize and wander.
Okay, so we don't have a solid location on where Ebony disappeared? Which is no, she
no.
went correct. Gotcha. Gotcha.
Anyone have small folk influence or contacts?
Not yet.
Not yet.
I reiterate the usefulness of Irene.
I'm gonna smack him so hard at some point.
I'm glad I live in England.
So,
Yeah, no small folk influence for you, Eklios?
I'm sorry, what? What?
Do you have any small folk influence or contacts?
Oh, no, I only have ally in religious people, the more interesting and knowledgeable kind. I don't do in peasants.
You don't deal in peasants.
Yeah, that's fair. Alas. Yeah, but head over to the winery where Frederick was last seen, or where he was supposed to be going to. There wasn't precisely another Canaanite around who saw him there. It was just that the his Canaanite associates knew he was supposed to be going there, such as Sar and so forth.
Mhm.
Information was given to the court, as it were. This is where he's supposed to be going this night.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
So, we're just gonna walk in, or do we go in with a plan?
I mean, I could always pretend to be interested in buying some wines for potential customers.
Try
However,
and find out. Oh, sorry.
no, do go ahead.
I was just thinking we could try and find out if he still has an order placed. Like, we could check if he has ever actually been here, or if he disappeared along the way.
If indeed we can find anything of his possession or places where he might have been, I can definitely make it more easily to read.
Well, there's a very easy way to find out. If his order was actually picked up, or if an order was made at all. Chris, does Frederick have a last name or like a business name he goes by?
Not really. He's just known to the outside world as Frederick. He doesn't have an alternate identity.
No, but I mean,
Generally.
like, what is the name he generally uses when making business deals? Like, does he have a last name at all?
Nope.
Okay.
Last names are not as common as one would expect in the medieval era.
It's usually
Gotcha.
just ability. Religious people.
Gotcha. All right. Well, I would go and find out in the most direct way possible.
Well, let's all follow.
Okay. So Girlfriend's gonna go into the winery.
Irene will at least accompany him.
I mean, if Leos will follow, because otherwise it's awkward to be by yourself, surrounded by peasants. And peasants' house. I'm breathing the same air as peasants. I feel already like killed.
Oh my god, I love it.
Always.
Lol.
Yeah, there are
Best
peasants there.
Coterie.
Okay.
Actually, that's not true. It's a winery.
Yeah. It's a winery. So, what's the role for presents? Let's see.
Okay.
Let's blow this joint.
All right. We roll in presence level 1.
Yes.
Oh,
It's me.
fuck.
What?
Doesn't that mean that we have to roll as well?
No.
Or, like, aren't we?
No, presence 1 is just saying, hello, I am here. So what Gufran is essentially doing, Gufran is essentially just drawing every single bit of attention to himself so that you two can go through the shop.
So, yeah. So when you use awe, you can choose what impression you want to make. Is it just one is to be... to get to... how to put it?
No, he... okay, yeah, I know, I gotcha. Confident. That's the impression I want to make.
Confident.
Yes.
You want to appear very yeah. To attract everyone's attention and be very to have a great deal of presence about yourself.
Yes.
I know that's a joke.
I should buy more performance. That's what my dice are telling me.
To kind of give this sort of imposing impression.
Yes.
Not intimidating, but
no, just being like, hello, I am here.
Very fairly magnetic. We'll say magnetic. And I think it's just charisma performance diff 7.
Yep.
And
wait, that's the wrong dice roll.
The botch. No.
No, that is not a botch. That is not even a roll. That's 3 successes.
3 successes. So you affect 6 people. Affects the people who lowest willpower first. There's enough people in here that it does not affect Irene or Aclius.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, but he will only activate presence when he's at the counter of when he's at where people are being helped. So when that is so, he will kind of like drop the presence, kind of put his hand forward on the counter strongly, not aggressively, but strongly, and he will just say, hello, I'm here to pick up Frederick's order.
Oh shit. Let me check something real quick. I see.
Oh dear.
Did we fuck up already?
It's okay, guys. I got this. I'm super good at cleaning now.
Lol, Zula, form it up.
One man will check the ledger. He's very drawn to you, so he's a bit reluctant to let you go, but he's very attentive to you and treats you perhaps above the other fellows at the counter clamoring for attention. Just a minute, sir. And
go, Coterie, go.
Checks his ledger. And
yeah, no worries. The chair broke. I leaned too hard.
Usually comes to collected person. Here we go. Yeah, sure thing, sir. Have you got the other half of his payment?
Absolutely. How much was it again?
He'll give you an arbitrary number. Fairly expensive. He's buying in bulk. You have enough resources to say you can just provide. Absolutely wonderful, sir. Many thanks. Please give Frederick my regards when I see him again.
Of course, of course. Has he passed at all? Has he been here at all lately to make any arrangements regarding this order? I had some rumors that he might have put in something more.
Nah, seemed really on edge though.
Really?
Hmm.
As Gufran is
Not his usual stuff.
he's handing over the coin, but he's doing it in a way that he's
like
doing it
checking
slowly.
how much he has, and
Yeah, he's stalling for time, basically.
You have presence up, it's fine. You can do this. You've got the entire queue under your thrall. No, he was yeah, very on edge. Let me get out of the store quickly for some reason. Kept looking over his shoulder. Almost ended up getting into a confrontation.
Oh? Do tell.
Hmm.
I'm concerned about him. He seemed a little bit on edge lately.
Certainly hope you would. He says.
I mean, I am picking this up for him after all. Might as well make a little bit more sweet talk with
So.
everybody.
The man is kind of busy presenting you with several gallons or several barrels worth of wine. Fun carrying that around the city.
That's okay. I can just be like, servants?
Do you have the servant's background?
No, but I do have retainer. And a cart with horses. Remember?
A servant.
Shh.
I have to admit, I haven't seen the man around before. He didn't exactly give off a pleasant vibe. So he just ended up walking into the store a few minutes after I'd finished Frederick's order. Ended up spinning around on his heels. Almost ended up running the man out of the store. Ended up running him over.
Oh dear.
Hmm. Personal guess is that he owes the wrong kind of people too much money. Shame. I've had clients help before. Push their luck too far. Drink tends to do that to you. Seems wine and misfortune go hand in hand.
They do.
They're all sad though.
They do. But well, that's what makes it.
Always.
What makes business business, isn't that right?
Precisely. I see that you're a man of business as well.
I am a man of great business.
Hmm. No. I was rambling about how I was being followed. I didn't see anyone. I was in the store the whole time.
Well, maybe outside the store. Was he looking somewhere? People that think they are followed tend to look everywhere, but one point in particular, mostly.
Just behind him.
Well, I guess that makes sense if you're being followed.
Yeah, no, you always through the back. Sure, one of the customers come in for that.
Really?
You could trespass on my property.
Have you noted this to the city watch?
Oh no, he said there sure as no hell no people coming in through there, so people don't come in through the back.
Oh, okay.
No, nobody's trespassed. Yeah.
Okay.
No trespassers.
Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. I'm tempted to use some obfuscate and go check that out. To Coterie!
I don't have a couple of apprentices outside. Maybe they saw something. I can't say for sure. It's been, what, a week now?
Well,
Kind of in the back of my mind, to be honest. Got more important things worrying about, considering the whole city's going to hell. I'm busy making my peace.
well, I do hope you are in good health, sir.
Unlike most of the city. Fortunately, we've got a hell of a rat catcher.
True. Do you have some medicine? For yourself or for your members of your family?
But we can afford it.
You can't afford it.
No. We make decent money, but
Not that much.
as I'm sure you can tell, we're hardly the noble class now. Would it be untoward to suggest otherwise?
Chris, is there any hint that this man can read?
I mean, he can read off a ledger.
Oh, okay.
That's largely numbers and just signatures. You can probably read very basically.
Okay. Yeah, writing something down in the Dark Ages is not as easy.
No, it's not exactly cost effective.
No.
And not every store actually keeps a ledger. You do it if you have the ability to read.
So he just says, tell you what, good sir. He just says, tell you what, good sir. You were to come by my carpet shop at a later date. I may be able to help you with that. And he says it in a somewhat quieter tone so that other people don't exactly hear what he says.
I'll take up on that offer, good sir. Callus is back.
Wonderful. Merchants have to stick
Why are
together.
you so curious? Oh, sorry. Oh, no, he
He
wouldn't.
just says,
Just
he says merchants have to stick together at times. Makes for good business.
Oh, where do you operate? Maybe I'll stop by.
Oh, he just gives he just gives random directions. If you go down the street of Vale and take a ride and yada 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 yada, and you stop there at the carpet shop. That is my establishment. Do you have anything that belonged to Frederick, perhaps?
Oh, no. Not at all. I don't keep people's things. I seldom wine.
Can I peony that?
Yeah, sure.
Four successes.
get the sense that he's not being completely honest with you. Yeah, feels a little bit. The way he states it is a little bit awkward. And there's kind of that slightest moment of hesitation, which almost goes unnoticed. But you know he kind of stuttered at the start of his sentence, like he's a little bit caught off guard and was trying to find an excuse, maybe.
Okay. His girlfriend is going to lean over the counter. Business is good business. Other people selling other products is good for business. But I wouldn't want potential partners hiding anything from me.
You want to make me... Are you trying to intimidate him? Or are you trying to persuade him?
I'm trying... I guess I'm... we're going to go with persuasion. Seeing as I'm confident, the aura that radiates from me is a very confident aura. I want to persuade, I want to press my will upon him.
Yeah, and because you are using presence, it is like a -2 def. It's pretty easy to persuade him.
Okay, is there a manipulation? What would this be?
Yeah, we'll say it's a manipulation expression roll.
Okay.
Because you're trying to coax it out of him.
What was the diff you said?
It would be standard -2 because you're using presence on him. And it's not necessarily the most persuasive aura, but it definitely has an impact on his bearing towards you. So
1, 2, 3, 4, 5 successes.
Oh yeah, your presence clearly comes into effect, and he kind of lets out that deep sigh. He dropped one of his coin purses a few weeks ago. I have it all lost and found. He never came asking.
Would you happen to still have the purse? It's irrelevant whether or not it's empty or full.
In which case, he'll just go grab you the purse, hearing that.
It doesn't care. Go, I just need the purse. It's an item belonging to him. You know what? Fuck it. I've got money.
Yeah,
I don't need this guy's pocket change.
It's true. It is kind of pocket change. I mean, it's a fair amount of pocket change. That would be worth something to a commoner, but I mean, you know, every little helps, as the future mega corporation Tesco would say. Yeah, he just kind of heads around the back again and kind of scuttles around for a few seconds. Doesn't take him long to find what he needs, and then he heads back around. And it's a coin purse. It's nothing spectacular to look at.
If he offers it, he'll take the coin purse. What's your name, good man? Thomas. He feels like a Thomas. God damn it, Saskia.
Thomas. My name is Thomas.
Oh, Thomas.
What is yours? My
Pleasure
apologies,
doing
we haven't
business.
actually introduced ourselves.
Oh, that's quite all right. You can call me Wesam. Pleasure doing business. Thomas.
Is that the name you use in business? OC.
Is it? Should I have another background for this? Because I don't know if this is something I've been wondering. Should I have another stat?
You've got a lot of fucking names.
Okay. Fair enough. Well, he'll just say Jail. Guess I gotta buy an alternate identity for that.
Yeah, but is that the name you use as a front for your commercial enterprises?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, as you say, it's a pleasure doing business with you, and I assume you go to leave. He seems to put his finger kind of tips against his mouth a little bit in recognition. Pleasure doing business.
He'll just flash him a smile and turn around to his coterie mates. Snoop Lion.
Exactly.
Yeah. While this is going on, what are you two actually doing? Because you have time. This conversation goes on for a while. You have about 10-15 minutes to do things. Meanwhile, the queue is just enraptured by Gouffran's most imposing figure.
I mean, I am impressed at his handling of peasants. It's almost as if he can have a conversation with them. I'm impressed. I'm impressed. Not once.
Beginning to get pissed
Not
off.
once has he used the word "I order you, peasant." It is indeed impressive. Or perhaps it's because he's low clan and he understands how they work.
Yes, that is perfect.
No.
Oh, Ecleos.
That's exactly why. Good job.
Do you want a Thomas carpet?
I'm not even sure if that's supposed to be in or out of character. I mean, it kind of fits both ways, really.
I mean, yes, exactly. I am the Ecleos.
Yes, you are.
Ecleosception.
Just correct me if I'm wrong, because I've been rereading, being half asleep on the third power of aspects. But basically, let's say if I use it on the establishment, like on a wall or something, anything, the considering how the power works, I would only get infos on the owner of the establishment, right? Not really about someone who would have left a strong impression on the building. Because the way it's worded makes me feel that it's only on owner of object.
If something leaves a particularly strong impression, it's likely if someone left a particularly strong event happened around or with an object. You might get a reading.
Okay.
You would
be harder, obviously.
Would be you'd probably. The owner of the establishment probably has obviously a strong impression of this place, but also a lot of people kind of enter and exit this building on a regular basis. which also makes it a lot harder to get a proper impression. You know, you're trying to read through dozens of impressions. You're basically trying to filter through dozens of impressions and one particularly strong one and ignore that, which is very, very hard to do. Particularly if you don't really know what you're looking for, because it's kind of hard to identify an impression of a particular person. That's what the impression itself shows you who the person is. So unless you felt a particular impression, you really wouldn't know what to be looking for.
Okay, no problem. I'm still gonna try. You know, I'm gonna touch the door.
Okay, I'll say
with my fingers. My fingers. I'm gonna touch.
Because a lot of people pass through here.
Yeah, obviously. Technically, a lot of people pass through the establishment. So.
And it's owned by someone who has a particularly strong connection to this place. It's going to be a difficulty 9 roll.
It's okay considering I have a specs and it's a perception roll. It's gonna be not as hard as it would be.
That applies to aura perception, not spirit's touch. Spirit's touch is mystical.
Oh yeah, no, no, you're right. You're right. It's the spirit's touch, not read the soul.
Read the soul is like about picking out details in aura, so it's still sight based and.
Yeah. Okay, I'm still gonna try.
The mystical connection.
I'm still gonna try.
Yep, you are more than welcome to try.
Because I'm stubborn. And also because, you know, I need to spend a point of willpower not to be revulsed by this mere door. And this makes me sad. It's only 1 success because of willpower, but still, I'm sad because of this one. It would have made 2 successes.
Spend the willpower.
So it's just 1. It's not much. But
yeah, you sift through all of the kind of the impressions of this place, which does leave you quite a little bit dazed at the end of it, just because you're kind of flooded with impressions as you kind of willingly pull them into you, so you can sort through them, which is a very trying and difficult process.
Just so you know, I'm completely clear, because that may change what you're about to say. For what he is specifically trying to look for. He's not necessarily trying to find Frederick. What he's trying to look for is during, like, we have more or less a window of time of his disappearance. So he's trying to see, you know, in this window of time, who left the strongest impression. You know, it might be Frederick, but it might be, you know, someone else.
That would be the owner of the building. That would be the owner of the building who left the strongest impression.
Okay.
Just because they have a long-lasting connection to the place, so it's ever present. I mean, that's really your main obstacle. It's not just the fact that there's like dozens, if not hundreds, of impressions you're sifting as you try to go back a week. It's also the fact that there's this kind of ever-present impression, which is just kind of always at the forefront of your mind and is extremely hard to push to one side. Although you do feel briefly, as you probably stand at the door for a straight minute, just because sifting through all of these memories takes a while. You get the briefest inclination of predation. You don't get anything else.
Okay.
There's just way too much you're being flooded with, but that kind of sticks out as kind of an oddity. Irene, you see Eklios kind of put his hand to the door and just kind of stand there for a straight minute. as
She's
people
seen
kind
him
of
do
have
this
to
before.
awkwardly walk by him. Some people kind of just don't yell at him, but are like, get out of the way, Jesus. In heaven's
I
name.
will simply be like, I apologize. He's not well. It'll pass in a while. I apologize. She's like perfectly apologetic to anyone that might look annoyed.
They
And,
shake their heads and look very, very unimpressed with this man who is being very rude.
I don't care. And when Ecleos goes to, she will actually like offer him a handkerchief to wipe his hands with.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I think Irene is just gonna, because there's really nothing useful that she can do. So, as usual. So can I just make like
feel
a
vindicated.
perception investigation roll that might be like just to kind of go through the store and look at basically what's around her, like literally just look around.
Sure. Are you going into any kind of
Okay.
areas that you're clearly not meant to go to?
Not at first, unless it's like unless there's something that actually would trigger her to go into those areas. She, for now, is just sticking to the normal store. Like I said, unless she's like, hey, this is a symbol that's weird that I recognize, or hey, this is, you know. Investigation. I have investigation. Haha. Look at my big amount of dice there. Oh. One success.
One success. Well, it's been over a week, and the place seems to be decently well kept. You overhear the conversation of Gufran, that they do have a hell of a rat catcher, as it were. You know, that they seem to kind of spend some importance on the place's cleanliness, which makes sense when you deal in food and beverage.
Food, yeah, definitely.
Yeah. So there's not really much that you can discern that would be at least immediately useful to you here. Like that, if there was anything that happened here, it's since been cleaned up and dealt with, like days ago.
I figured. Okay.
You continue to be unuseful.
I continue to be unuseful.
Everyone sees Irene stand there awkwardly.
I mean, she's not standing. She's just looking around. Really.
Awkwardly.
Probably awkwardly. Like, I mean, I can throw like a lot of other perception rolls in there, like occult or academics or enigmas or hard wisdom. Like I can throw like a lot of that around to see if anything stands out that is unusual. But like if that continues to be like a streak of you don't see anything, nah, there's nothing special here, then whatever. So unless you say make me a perception something roll, I'm like, yeah.
Oh, this weird shit going down there. Okay.
There is one roll that I would like to make though. Can I make a perception awareness? Sorry?
You may make perception awareness check.
Okay. Yep, I continue to be utterly useless and failing. God damn it.
You don't sense anything out of place.
Okay.
But as Eklos has his hand up to the door. People are kind of walking in, walking out. Conversation with Gufran begins to come to a close. Another person enters and joins the queue. And yeah, you're able to reunite.
Okay. I mean, we'll look at the other
Guy
stuff.
comes in, just kind of eyes
Do
you
we
up a
have
little bit
anything
because
more?
you're all being very weird, apart from Gufran. Gufran appears to be quite pleasant. But then he squints his eyes at you for some reason and just joins the queue.
Shall we go?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yes.
Excellent. So they will go outside, and the Gufran will hail one of the messengers that is just walking around the bazaar, and tell him to go to his establishment. For one of his employees to bring the car and pick up this order. And when he's done that, he's going to turn to Aklios and hold out the coin purse. This belongs to Frederick. I believe you have more talent with this than I do.
Well, let's see if indeed Frederick can leave lasting impressions.
I hope so, for his blood. Ugh.
Although I have to say that even if I wasn't able to read much outside of the tremendous amount of people coming into this establishment, I did sense something different. There was a sense of predation that came into this establishment during the last week.
For what it's worth, I didn't see or notice anything unusual in this shop.
But alas, let us try and read whispers. And he will take the purse and he will close his eyes as he will concentrate the power of aspects.
Woo, 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 woo.
And by the mighty power of aspects, tell me what you behold.
Ah,
So yes, Christopher, what would be the difficulty to read such a personal object that carried so many coins before?
You probably wouldn't need to roll for this.
Mm-hmm.
So what you get from the Spirit's Touch is that this coin purse is Frederick's. You didn't really care for it all too that much, considering the impressions left on the purse itself. State of mind therein when they last used it was quite nervous again, which fits in with everything else you've been hearing. Definitely get the sense Frederick probably used this. The impression was it are slowly fading. You get the sense that maybe this is a bit longer than when the attack on him took place, or when he went missing, or if he left. He was definitely afraid. You're definitely getting the sense that yeah, he definitely felt like he was under threat when he used this item, like he was being attacked. But you don't actually see him being attacked.
Yeah. Obviously, it's just the impression that he leaves on it.
Yeah.
And Nicholas will open his eyes. Well, does seems to fit the description that we heard so far. Wasn't very much interested in his coin purse. However, there is a deep sense of fear attached to the purse. He was feeling in danger, as if he was tracked by something or someone, which I would say would coincide with the impression that I had by reading the door. Someone or something came through the door, probably the one who was following Frederick and who might have abducted him or end his existence.
May I? She, Sabine will hold out her hand.
He will pass. Will pass the object.
Yay! His object. SD. Very stupid, silly question, of course. But if I would look at this, this purse, does it have any markings? Anything like she would even turn it inside out to see if there's anything that may hint as to probably like a location or a connection to a certain house or a small symbol or something embroidered on it.
Let me look that up for you.
Because we kind of need a next location or next clue to investigate in. And so far.
Oh. I'll be for you. Ah. We're lucky today. There is as you kind of go through the purse, you actually realize it's inside out, and when you kind of pull it through correctly, it does reveal to you the symbol of House Stopian.
Okay.
They are a minor noble Armenian house. Date back to the First Crusades. Heavily intermarried with the Frankish barons in former Crusader states, which has caused them to fall from grace somewhat. Although they still have quite a bit of influence in the old institutions of the city. They have quite a heavy rivalry with House Orbelian, actually.
Okay.
As an Armenian house, they did somewhat benefit. They did stand to benefit when the Ibuid dynasty retook control, but the fact that they were so heavily tied to Frankish Crusaders hampered them. so they are in a somewhat languid state right now.
Okay. So, yeah, she'll just give a quick explanation about the symbol that she just found. That's, yeah. So, at least we know he's connected to one of their houses, but I'm not quite sure if that would even have anything to do with the investigation.
We could learn of his tasks there, and we could perhaps learn more of his current situation. Well, maybe not his current situation, but in any case, the situation that was surrounding him whilst he was at work. Well, the worry he felt, everything else. This is actually quite useful.
Well, if you wish to go to the Noble District, that is, I mean, we can do that.
We might have an explanation as to why he felt so worried, as to why he did not throw any more parties. We need to make an appointment, though.
That depends on which side of the house you're gonna ask. Like, of course, you can go up to the Lord and Lady.
Of course,
but
we don't have to go through.
You can also ask the servants. They are usually surprisingly full of information. Talkative, if you have the right, tools. She glances at Gufran.
Where are you guys having this conversation, by the way?
Outside?
I'd say
outside?
they would I mean, probably not just outside. We never stated it, so if you're like, okay, we are discussing this like right in the front of the door, but I think it would make sense that the three of them would have found like at least a semi-quiet spot where they're not like immediately in the way of anyone.
Spots, yeah, you can find one of those. That's no problem.
Well, I can certainly feed them wine now.
You definitely can. Might even be able to throw a party of our own.
Yeah. And what would we dedicate this grand party to?
To lift the spirits in these dark times.
So poetic.
Thank you.
So then, is the group off?
I don't know where the group is going at this point.
one of the group.
Do you leave your current destination?
I feel like this is a trap.
With everybody laid to roll me with alertness, difficulty 8.
Okay.
For Irene, she gets difficulty 7 because she got 1 success on an investigation check.
Okay. Oh wait,
Wits 11, you say. That is not the greatest dice history.
This is kind of just noticing something on the fly.
Current roll. Wait, that's the difficulty, not the amount of dice. Come on. I give up. Fuck this shit. I'm out.
Wow.
Well, even with my aspects, I don't.
God, shit.
Holy crap!
Gufran gets it.
Fuck you!
Yeah. Gufran knows, like, this is his territory.
Running a show.
It's low, it's peasant territory. He knows. He knows all this.
He knows how the peasants move.
This is mass dumping ground.
he knows the power of the peasantry, and that each one is a powerful individual. Should you leave them unchecked? And actually, yeah, Irene and
I mean, I don't see shit.
You move out of your semi-quiet area. But good friend, you notice something as you walk as you begin to walk with a group a few steps down the road. You actually just kind of in the back of your mind as you look on a nearby bench, which has a few people sat down on it, just kind of relaxing from the hustle and bustle. You actually see someone you remember and you think from the winery. Just a few minutes ago. He's just kind of sitting, Bloodshore, doesn't seem to be paying any attention to you. Or at least he's not looking directly at you.
Until he does.
As you kind of pass by, seems to kind of look at you, but not in such a way that is it's more like a look of recognition, almost like the one you seem to give him. Can you roll me such an empathy real quick?
Sure. I'll spend a point of willpower.
Sure thing, you go ahead. You squint your eyes real hard at him.
Good thing I did. That's 2 successes.
You did. 2 successes. 2 successes. And the situation seems a little bit off, but you can't really put your finger on why. Maybe it's just a coincidence. But it does feel a bit weird for a coincidence. And he doesn't seem to look at you in like any particular way. Just seems to look at you with vague recognition, but yeah, it just feels a bit weird.
Okay. So, as this all happens in the blink of an eye, Gufran will do as if nothing's wrong. He will walk up to his fellow coterie mates and be like, "Oh, look over there," pointing at another like road or some shit, and then takes them into like an empty road or an empty like space between buildings. As he whispers, "I have a feeling we're being watched."
Oh, really?
There's an individual, as they're walking into this road, there's an individual that was back at the winery, and he seems to be looking at us, and something is off. So I am going to walk behind him without being seen. As he gives a quick description of this person.
All right.
And go ahead.
Draw the attention. We shall continue our road. For we do not have your abilities.
Of course. I shall do my utmost. And I would like to activate Obfuscate.
Yeah, you can do so.
Alright. So with that, I'm going to walk back to this person where he was, if he's still there. Or she. I don't know.
It was a he.
Okay.
They look at you. Well, they don't look at you. They kind of look to. They're kind of, as you kind of walk back around, you notice that they're looking in the direction of the area that you wandered off to. They're standing up now. And they seem to give their eyes shift once to the left and once to the right. Kind of nods to himself. Navel gazes for a moment. Sighs. Slightly nervous. A nervous sigh. Quite a deep one. And will begin wandering off, but his head looks over his shoulder, or he looks over his shoulder quite a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're kind of constantly looking back towards the area that the Coterie had wandered off into. Does not seem to head back towards the winery, however. How long do you decide to follow him?
I'm going to tail him. What direction is he going into? Let's begin with that.
He heads through the central market initially, then down through Baldwin's Gift, and then through Abraham's Fountain. About heading about southwestward. I'm gonna need you to roll a perception awareness check as you head for Abraham's Fountain, please.
Yeah, that's
Abraham's
not good.
Fountain is nasty, and
Yeah.
it's really bad for people like you.
I would if he's going into
Really
Abraham's
bad.
as he's going into Abraham's Fountain. Like here's the thing, right? Abraham's Fountain is, as far as I know, OOC is not banned from other canites entering. It's just you can't hunt here, right?
You can hunt in Abraham's Fountain, but basically no canites hunt there, and no canites live there either.
Right. I would like to avoid Abraham's Fountain if possible.
He will be walking through it. So you're gonna have to find a way to tell him, like, from this point forward, without going through there, unless you want to take the risk. Because if you fail the perception awareness roll, nothing happens. If you do, you're gonna have to roll courage.
I'm not gonna take the risk. I
Okay.
know being here. I know what's here. I'm not. Gufran's not going to risk himself like that.
Yeah, you go near Abraham Fountain, and that place feels completely toxic to your very being.
Yep. Oh shit.
Like you're seizing up before you even get actually inside the district proper.
I'm just gonna have to be quicker. Actually, so Chris, I would like to spend 2 blood into my dex just to speed myself up a bit.
Mm-hmm.
This puts me at 10 blood.
Mm-hmm.
And I would like to tail him, basically going around the Fountain District. Because this is not a big...
You're definitely gonna have to climb a building if you want to keep track of him.
Shit.
Can I? Yeah, there's because he'll be heading through because he's heading in from Baldwin's Gift, right?
Right.
So he's going to be heading in southwestward. So he's going to be heading deeper into the district. There's really no way he can't not do that from the direction he's heading in.
Okay.
Could
Yeah, go ahead.
I'll say that you can, if you climb a building, you see that he is. You see that he appears to be heading, because the gate is so big, it's quite obvious he's heading in the direction of the gate. Unfortunately, that means you will have to enter Abraham's Fountain if you want to keep track of him past the gate.
Fuck.
Because the gate is directly connected to Abraham's Fountain. And eventually he will start going kind of weaving through buildings just because like that's where his route takes him.
You've told me this already, so I can't stop him before he enters Abraham's Fountain. That feels weird.
Nah, he's in there now. Once you start climbing the building, you're still able to keep track of him to an extent. Like he's getting to the point where it's gonna be hard for you. It's basically gonna be impossible for you to track him from here if you just stay where you are.
How difficult would the role be to go into Abraham's Fountain? If I
Standard.
were to... Okay. Fuck.
You have to roll perception awareness first, because you know.
Yeah,
You need to feel it. You need to feel the suffering.
I know. Shit.
Feel the suffering. Good friend.
I'm gonna do it, and I'm going to willpower through it.
No, don't willpower. You want to fail this roll, not succeed.
Oh, okay.
You
I'm
want to
sorry, I'm not
not feel
familiar
the
with.
suffering.
Okay, I want to not feel the suffering.
You want to not feel the suffering. So pray you roll terribly.
I have one success.
Unfortunately, you roll. Yeah, you roll one success. Roll courage, difficulty 6, please.
I'm gonna willpower
This you should be
this.
spending willpower on. That one. As you
What is like
as you
courage?
feel
Oh,
the kind of the sort of spiritual purity of this place just kind of fill you with guilt and self-hatred.
thank God for the willpower.
Oh man. So you're barely holding yourself together. Like, God, there's you feel disgusted with yourself. You feel horrible. You feel sick. You feel very hot, very flustered, very weighed down. Like your back is just heavily hunched over. Like you can even feel like tears of blood just streaming down your face as you desperately try to hold yourself together through this area. It's just crushing you inside. It's like as if you're slowly, this place is just slowly closing in on you. And you can't get out of it. And you don't know why, and you hate it, and you just hate everything about this place. But moreover that, you really just hate yourself.
Oh. Okay. So because I spend a willpower point, I don't break down completely.
No. It's just that you got the one success. The effects of it are very overt on you, and you should feel very fortunate you're using Obfuscate right now.
Gotcha. So barely holding
going through
himself.
seems completely unaffected.
Of course he is. Girlfriend is just gonna think to himself, "I'm gonna have so much fun with you." After he gets out of it, he's gonna.
Unaffected.
Hmm?
There are plenty of people going through here unaffected. In fact, I'm gonna give you also something for free. You actually passed the fountain itself. You just see this lovely young lady with her feet in the water, her bare feet in the water.
What is she doing here?
That's a very good question, but that's not really it's not really your concern right now, is it?
But why is
You seem to be completely at ease.
what? Why is there a Tremere in Salubri Domain? What is this bullshit?
It's not Salubri Domain. Salubri Domain is the farmlands.
I thought
Everyhouse
this was.
Fountain is claimed by no one.
Gosh, diddly darn it.
Perhaps what you're feeling right now is the reason nobody wants to be here and wants to claim it.
Ugh. Buford is so sick. He's so sick.
Oh god, this place is awful to be in. And yet you can't really blame just like you hate this place and yet you don't, if you understand what I mean.
I gotcha. But as soon as he gets out of it, as soon as he walks through that gate.
Yeah.
Oh.
Once you get through that gate, it's as you begin to walk away from the fountain, like the fountain is where it's at its thickest, right? Like that's the eye of the storm. Once you begin moving away from it, it does gradually get less worse, and once you get through the gate, it's kind of fading to the point where you can actually look presentable.
Okay. So he's going to stand up straighter, walk steadier, and he's going to not wipe away the tears of blood, but kind of circle the blood around his eyes.
Mm.
As he just thinks to himself, I'm going to have so much fun with this motherfucker.
As he ends up walking out, you follow him about a good mile. So there's a.
See, here's the thing. I don't want to go too far outside of the city.
Okay. You don't go too far outside of the city. You follow him for long enough that he kind of he enters one of the surrounding hamlets. He seems to have a place that's quite far out. It's like on the edge of the hamlet. Like it's in a neighborhood, but it's quite well detached from the rest of the neighborhood.
Mm-hmm. Gotcha.
Very, very close to Salubri Domain. A lot of the hamlets rest in Salubri Domain.
But this is not Salubri Domain.
No, he's not in the farmlands. Not quite. It's one of the hamlets that's closer to the city. This is kind of like a little small village that's kind of built up around the fact that a lot of traders come through here. A lot of inns, a lot of taverns. You see a few performing artists.
I'm going to fuck this guy up. I would like to surprise him.
Okay.
If he's turning into like an alleyway or some shit like that.
No, he's just entering his house.
Okay. No, that's not Gufran's main concern right now. Too late.
What do you do?
So, first off, what is his house? What does it look like? Is it like a well-to-do kind of thing? Is it like a normal peasant's thingy?
It's a small cottage.
Okay.
It's not it's it's not like a peasant's hovel. It's definitely higher end than that. It has doors.
Right.
it has windows.
It has doors. I'm gonna pump 2 blood into my strength.
Okay. He's gonna be entering his home at this point and closing the door unless you interject.
Yes. I'm going to be entering with him.
Okay.
This is gonna be so bad, Saskia. This is the point where I lose Gufran and we'll be all sad.
Yes, I know, and I'm like waiting in an alleyway for him. God damn it!
You could have just gone on.
On
Okay.
where? Fucking useless.
So yeah, do you want me to roll like Legion Domain or some shit to slip in with him?
Mina was able to do it without rolling, and so are you. However, there is a catch.
Okay.
How to put this?
He's a werewolf.
No. The catch catches that as he opens the door, I don't really know. Basically, a small bag of wool ends up falling off. Which ends up landing on him, of course.
Mm-hmm.
And also on you.
Damn it! I wanted to have the surprise effect.
You're very close. But they have security measures, Gufran.
Yay! I just got myself into a nest
Which
of hunters,
involves
didn't
flour falling on your head. So this is what fucking happens. The flour falls down in a rather comical fashion. Needless to say, he's not too surprised, but he looks bothered. As the door opens, by the way, it opens quite wide, so you're able to see that there's another person in there with him. And at this point, I will just provide the thing. 1 moment. Is I do the technical things. No, not that. Go away.
Technical things.
The technical things. Let's see. Where are you? Okay. So the guy you've been following is the guy on the left. Or the guy on the right for you guys.
They look like they mean business.
Well, they're about to. Yeah, he looks fairly unbothered. What he's bothered as in, like, rubs the flour off his face, and then he stops. And the guy who's in front of him, who kind of laughs, immediately stops laughing. Or rather doesn't laugh, just kind of chuckles, but in a very kind of business as usual way. And they both turn to you. Person with blood under your eyes. Should be noted, the guy who's chuckling, who's kind of leaning back on a chair, has a crossbow on his lap. And they both just stare at you for the briefest of moments.
Yay.
Roll me initiative, please.
Oh boy.
You are the most curious of cats, but now I have to skin it.
5. So that means...
Gary, you have no idea where Gufran went. Gufran is places. He is the places.
I am everywhere. I'm at 13.
Alright, I'll roll for them. One will get... Actually, they're both going to roll... One rolls a 7. If you want to roll...
Jesus
wow!
Christ.
Yeah. I'm built for shit like this. One of them just rolled really well. So yeah.
Well, it was fun, guys.
God damn it, Max.
Remember,
God damn it.
you're still in a neighborhood, just kind of on the edge of it.
I am? Or he is?
He is.
Yeah, I'm not.
So all right. The guy with the crossbow barely even has time to talk. In fact, he doesn't. You just hear a very sharp gasp, like a, and he immediately picks up his crossbow and shoots it at you on reflex.
So he is doing a ready weapon action, which takes up his entire action.
Yes.
Gotcha.
He will take aim for your heart though.
Okay. I will buff my strength by 1.
Mm-hmm.
And I will grab this other dude. And I will use the element of surprise to grab him from behind, which gives me a -2 difficulty.
Your obfuscate has been broken, sir.
That's okay. I'm still attacking him from behind, which gives me a -2 difficulty.
Yeah. Once he takes his turn, however, it'll be considered a normal contest, so he won't. You'll get the initial bonus. But once he tries to contest a grapple on his turn, that will just be the same between both of you. But yeah. Okay. So there you go. That's his one success to not get throttled. All right, you grab him. You get him.
And I'm gonna sink my teeth in him.
Grappling takes up your turn, sir.
Damn it.
Okay. Hunter number 1 will contest the grapple.
Grapple, how do you work?
Basically, you both roll your strength. You roll your strength roll. He rolls his strength roll at Def 6, and whoever gets the most successes, you either maintain the grapple, or he's able to break it. And if he's able to break it, he'll get to take an action. Because no infinite grapple loops. No.
Okay, that's how you want to roll it. Because I know that normally it takes up his action to break through a grapple.
But yeah, the problem I always had with that is that the action economy on that is just completely broken.
Okay. Would I be able to spend a point of will?
Game breaking.
Would I be able to spend a point of willpower on this?
To ignore wound penalties, you can't spend willpower to guarantee a success on an attack roll, only to ignore wound penalties or other effects.
I thought as much. Shit. Okay, here goes.
Unfortunately, you're in perfect health. Oh dear.
I mean, have 2 successes.
Oh wow!
Jesus Christ!
He breaks free of his grapple, and he will. He's just going to leap the fuck out of the way. He'll ready his weapon.
Is it still like a isn't it still the -2 diff? Doesn't that still apply? Fuck. Even if it did, like, it won't matter. But no, he's free.
I don't think so, because it's like he's kind of like you're kind of tussling basically when you're contesting a grapple. So he's kind of trying to worm his way out of you, and he's twisting and turning, and you're twisting and turning.
Okay.
Yeah, so you get the initial bonus when you make the grapple roll, but once you start kind of wrestling over who controls the grapple, you kind of lose that bonus because you end up moving around a little bit. You end up kind of repositioning.
Yep.
He's able to break free. Guy's going to take a shot at you with his crossbow. I actually need to.
He's at.
How much damage that actually does.
If he's aiming for my heart, he's aiming at diff 9 plus because we're both moving, and this other guy is also in the way. So.
I thought the max diff on a roll you could have is 9, like for combat. Oh.
I don't. That's never actively stated.
Huh.
I mean, you're the storyteller. You say go, but. There is a rule that says he needs to have a threshold of successes if it goes past a certain difficulty.
He needs to have a threshold of damage.
Yeah, but I mean to hit.
He only needs to get one. To hit, he should only need to succeed on the to hit roll, and he needs at least 3 damage to stake you.
I know.
So yeah, it's just gonna be it's just gonna be hard for him to hit your heart in general. So yeah, he'll roll his dex archery, which he's pretty good at because he has a lot of dex. Let's see what the damage for it is. Are you wearing any armor?
Yes.
How much? Because crossbows have armor piercing 2.
Oh, just normal level 1 armor.
Okay. Then the crossbow will ignore the armor because it has armor piercing 2. And that's if it hits. It doesn't need botches.
Botches.
I'm gonna roll damage dice on his friend.
I thought you can't botch
I
on
will
a
get a
damage
dice
roll.
for soak.
This wasn't a damage roll. This wasn't a hit roll.
Nice.
Yeah, so he ends up loosing a shot at you on reflex, but that's kind of the problem. He just kind of shoots from the hip with the crossbow, not really taking the time to aim properly at you. And the bolt ends up veering like completely just well away from you, and just ends up nicking his friend in the shoulder. Fortunately, his clothing manages to kind of pad the blow, so he's not significantly injured. But you do hear him cry out in pain as a crossbow bolt actually hits him. It just doesn't seem to impede him.
My turn.
Oh, what the fuck? I'm not your target. Yes, your turn.
These are hunters, so they have quite a high courage rating, I gather.
Oh, yes.
So Dread Gaze wouldn't really be effective.
The diff for 1 would be... we wouldn't know the diff, I guess.
Exactly. I'm just...
You just know it's going to be pretty hard.
Yeah.
Oh shit, I actually rolled below this guy's threshold for getting out of the grapple. I completely forgot.
Qu'est-ce que c'est?
Yeah, but what? How do you respond? The guy with the crossbow shoots his friend, ends up and has to reload.
Oh, he has to reload. So that's going to take up his next action.
I don't actually know, because it doesn't say.
Oh, okay.
I know. I'll double check, but I don't think it was a thing in the old game. You just knocked an arrow and shot. But I will double check that for you.
It'd be so nice to have 2 hunters as my servants all of a sudden. Just saying.
Yeah, I think they just take the shot each turn.
That's okay.
Yeah, I'm looking, but it doesn't seem to say. There is no reload action.
That's weird.
That is. The Dark Ages is awesome, and it's for awesome people like us. So you, sir, have your opportunity. Looks like the security succeeded. It just didn't work out as well for them as they expected, and you have a chance to react.
Where's Serpentis in this goddamn book? Ah, there it is.
Irene, you're not here right now. You don't have the chance to tell him to run away. Let him die. Like the filthy low clan he is.
I'm gonna spend the blood point for Typhonic Maw.
Oh shit! Okay. Let me just see. I just need to double check if that takes a turn or not. Oh no, it's reflexive.
Yep. Which allows me to bite someone without grappling.
Yep.
Hang.
You go do it.
I'm gonna do it.
Okay, go. You do bite.
Yep. Da 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 da. Causes. Successful bite causes 1 additional die of damage. Initiates a grapple automatically. Bite.
Ow. You get him good.
I do get him good.
Roll your damage, good sir.
I don't want to kill this guy. I want to make him suffer.
All right.
So I'm going to drain 5 blood from him.
You can only drain up to 3 a turn.
No. Look at Typhonic Maw. Yes, yes, with that discipline power.
Nice.
So I will drain
Drink
5 of his blood, which puts me at 11 blood.
Okay.
And he's now suffers the effect of the kiss.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to roll several things for him here. He's gonna spend a willpower point on this one. I think it's difficulty 8 for him to resist. Good thing he spent a willpower on that. The other one, he's actually going to. He gets to roll something to see if he only gets to roll 1d10. Okay, you only consume 4 blood points. You don't get all 5.
Okay.
He manages to, for lack of a better term, soak part of your attack.
Okay. Still, that's 4 pints of blood out of a human's system of blood. That's going to be bad for him.
And there is one critical assumption in there, but I'll leave it at that.
Fair enough.
At this point, someone's going to rear up around the building. You hear a horse neighing frantically, probably in terror of you, as canites terrify animals. And someone is going to roll another initiative.
God damn it.
Jesus.
All of these high initiative people.
She'll join next turn. She doesn't join this turn. Garva Crossbow's gonna shoot you good. He's not gonna aim for your heart this time.
But he's still going to need to go through his friend. So that's a +2 diff, because I'm using cover.
You bitch. Well, I mean, he's gonna roll damage.
Yeah, I guess.
He does 2 lethal damage to you. Want to soak?
Yeah, absolutely. Took one of it.
Okay. Yeah. Crossbow firmly lodges itself in your side, rather painfully. The other guy is Oh no, I completely skipped over the guy you're grappling. Shit, my bad. He's gonna try and overturn your grapple. Yeah, get them strength dice out. You roll.
Alright.
He's gonna spend a dot in something so he can guarantee an automatic success.
What the shit?
1 success. Uh-huh.
Fucking ghouls.
Well, I mean, beat 4 successes.
Nope.
Oh my god, he gets away. He's gonna stab you.
What? No, that should be his action. Getting out of the...
No, because
Okay.
the action economy now is broken, because then you can just instantaneously grapple him. Particularly with Tophonic Maw, you could just instantly grapple him and grapple him and grapple him, and he could never take an action. Which would mean, like, you could literally kill an antediluvian just by doing that. As long as they don't have celerity. But I mean, that's the problem. That's the problem with that system. That's why I don't allow it, just because it literally breaks the action economy on the game, and yeah. He's gonna hit you. He's gonna stab you. Knives are easier to hit with. And he stabbed you real good. He's two in there. Oh, and he's spending potence as well. So
This is gonna hurt.
That's 2 + 2. You rolled 5d10. But one of this is automatic, so he deals 3 lethal to you.
Dude, one take away from soak? I don't remember. In this game.
You know, I never actually implemented the rule. But I'm gonna implement it now and write it up tonight. So I'm gonna be nice and say yes. Sorry, they don't. You'll be able to soak 1. So
Okay.
you take 2 lethal.
Gotcha.
Leaving you in an injured state.
Okay. So then the crossbow guy's action. Then is the hunter outside with
against. There's
the hunter
someone
outside.
I'll get you her image. Is this woman on a horse? Late 20s, red hair, fair skin, black hood, has a sword.
Of course she has a sword. Damn it.
She doesn't have it out, it's holstered. It's actually hidden beneath her cloak because you know that if she was actually seen with this in public, she'd be arrested.
Yep. But it'd be a while before she enters combat because she needs to get off her horse, walk towards the building, open the door, and then she can get into combat.
Door's open. We never actually closed the door, but yeah, she needs to get off her horse
I assumed it fell shut. God damn it.
Yeah. No, you can flee through the door if you want. You are in a public neighborhood.
I am. My turn. The problem is I can't leave. Because if I get out of the door, she's gonna chase me down on a horse, and I can't enter obfuscate. Which
you could, but if there are people out on the street, I mean, that's gonna look really fucking awkward. Unless they don't care, but I mean, that depends on you. I will say this, because this is a common sense thing. Horses deal bashing damage. When they charge your ass down. So if they were, it's probably going to hurt less than a guy stabbing you in the heart.
Okay.
Or someone trying to stake you. Because if you're staked, it's all over.
True.
And that guy can't take a shot when he's inside and you're running outside.
Okay. See, if I was playing a Bruja, this would be so much easier. But no.
You just beat the shit out of all of them.
I'd beat the shit out of all of them.
Wouldn't even be a contest. You just wreck them. Then the girl on the horse shows up and she's like, "What happened to my friends?" Fucking Bruja.
Okay, I'd like to deactivate Typhonic Maw.
Okay. You can do that reflexively, so you still have your entire action left.
Yes.
The guy you stole a lot of blood points from is obviously haggard.
Yeah, he's not going to be much.
But,
I can't Jesus Christ.
He's somehow still standing. Like
he's missing 5 blood points at this point because he's missing half of his blood.
Yeah, that's
ridiculous.
Most people can't survive that.
No.
A normal person would slowly die unless they were given medical attention immediately.
Okay.
He's still standing up, but only barely. He's
I will spend a point of blood to heal one of my wounds.
Mm-hmm.
And GTFO.
Okay. So you took 1 lethal, then took another 3. I think that picked you to wounded. Then you heal back up to injured. If I'm being correct, please call me out if I'm wrong, because I am wrong quite a lot.
Let me check the health chart.
1, 2, 4 injured. Yeah,
it will take me to injured now.
Okay, you can only run at half your maximum running speed, but it's not like there's a long trip to the door.
I will heal.
You can round the corner in your action.
Yeah.
You can round the corner as you go. You can probably make it a fair distance towards the main part of the neighborhood where there would actually be people. Nobody's really paying attention to this yet, in the sense that nobody actually sees this. You kind of have to you kind of have to go down the road. The road curves basically.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't actually see what's going on down the road. If you're down the road, you're not going to see this, like the conflict between yourself and these hunters, which quite fortunate terrain for them. It's almost as if they did this deliberately. The woman will charge you down with a horse, and she'll use the horse's stats because horses are amazing.
Look at my horse. My horse is amazing.
Yeah. The guy with the crossbow will cover later. The guy who was going to stab Yules can't now. He actually will just remain behind just because he's so heavily you can literally hear a thud as you exit the building. And you hear the guy with the crossbow and go, shit, no. He's gonna chase after you, but he's not going to.
That's okay.
But yeah,
all I need to do is duck behind a corner and enter obfuscate. That's all that needs to happen.
If they're actively looking for you.
Well, yes, but as long as they don't see me, they can still enter obfuscate. Be like, yo, goodbye.
I think I had this similar conversation with Mina yesterday.
Let's see. 2 days ago. No rules to counter instincts through the canine. Draw attention to herself by sneak attack blunder. Or speech and
Mina drew attention to herself by screaming and obfuscate. Well, screaming then re-obfuscating. I ruled that she'd drawn attention to herself. You can't have the plan be effective if you're screaming then obfuscating. Either you're drawing her attention to yourself or you're not. So she had to roll with stealth. I would say you can obfuscate if they can't see you, but you'll have to make the same roll she did, which would be a wit stealth roll diff 6, because they're looking. They have their attention firmly on you.
That's more than fair. If I can pick these guys off one by one, I will have one.
Okay. Yeah. They can still see you right now, though. So
that's fine.
We're at top of initiative. Guy with crossbow can't take a shot. He will have exit the building and line up a shot. Doesn't aim. He just, thematic. Girl on horse will ride you down. Where are my horses?
I will run while zigzag, by the way. So even if he does take a shot, he's at a +1 difficulty.
Okay. Keep in mind that this slow down in terms of getting to a public area or to where you want to be to activate obfuscate, because you're deliberately zigzagging
it also
around.
increases me. It also increases the difficulty of me being hit by the horse.
Yeah. Where's the
Well,
damn horse?
The damn horse is in the bestiary. Where's the bestiary? Oceans,
Oh,
road
my
of blood.
horses. Do I have to look up horse on the index?
Horses, page 398.
398?
Yes.
Thank you. Good, sir. She'll be on a large horse for that. It's gonna ride you down off Dex roll. No, that's not exactly great, although she is getting a charge which gives her a single extra dice. So the horse is rolling 4 dice to hit you. Difficulty 7. She does manage to run you down. It will roll its 6 strength. You don't need to roll for that. You'll automatically soak that. So the horse gets a very awkward charge off on you. Because you're zigzagging around, she can't really knock you down. Instead, she kind of ends up you end up kind of stumbling as the horse kind of charges straight past you, kind of hits your left shoulder, causing you to stumble, but not knocking you over. It doesn't mean the horse is now in front of you and is going to turn around for another charge next turn. But yeah, you can still keep moving.
Then it's my turn. I will spend another blood to heal.
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'll keep. Oh yeah. Oh, my bad. Remember, you need to roll. Was it stamina survival to heal in combat?
Oh yeah, shit. That's right. My apologies.
No problem. I'll let you have the other one because I forgot it too.
I don't have survival.
Diff is going to be 7 then, but you can still make the roll.
Heal.
Okay, you're able to heal. No problem. You effectively double your movement speed as well because you're only running at half before, and once
I'm now at hurt, and at hurt you can just bam. Also, I have Dex 5.
Oh yeah, you're freaking fast. Like you're almost as fast as the horse, to be completely honest. Okay, you're not as fast as a horse, but you're pretty fast.
Yes.
Make me a Dex Athletics check. See if you can get to where you need to go. Because
I recently bought up Athletics.
Slow yourself down a little bit. Yeah, you just recently bought it. You can use it now.
Yay!
And because the horse has to basically ready itself for a charge again, it basically, it's not able to intercept.
Fail.
Okay, yeah, you're heading down the road, but you're not able to reach. You're not able to reach where you want to go, whether it's down the road or an isolated place out of their sight. However, the houses do begin to close up a little bit at this point, so there are a few places you can dart to. But they will still be able to see you.
That's okay. I have a fair amount of stealth.
Mm-hmm. Once you can get into the alley, but because of the failed athletics check, the guy with the crossbow will be able to continue running and will be able to catch up to you and take a shot.
Yep.
Because he has his full movement speed, which you only just reacquired.
Yep.
Yeah. No. So yeah, I assume you go into one of the alleyways where the horse can't follow you.
Whee!
It's a fairly wide alleyway, but the horse isn't keen going there. And she's having trouble controlling the horse at this point because it's terrified of you.
I am going to kill all of these bitches.
Fine. Okay, so the guy with the crossbow will take a shot at you.
+1 diff.
He fails. He's supposed to be a good shot, but he's actually really garbage. Yeah, so he locks another bolt. You kind of duck, and it just slams, kind of embeds itself into the wall where your head just was.
Mm-hmm.
Nice dodge.
Hey.
The woman on the horse has to get off her horse because she wants to pursue you, and she can't do that with her horse just going wild, so she has to rein in the horse and get off it.
Yep. I would like to spend a blood point into stamina. And run!
Do that. Roll Dex Athletics again.
Okay. I forgot to take my wound penalties into account last time. I apologize for that.
Yeah, it's kind of weird with Dex Athletics because you technically have your full movement speed, but yeah,
The way that works, there are actually
that works.
There are
You're
actually
able to get out of sight.
Rules for movement, but I'll tell you them after the scene.
They're different in every game, and I hate it. So I kind of ignore movement rules because they're different every time. But yeah, no, you're able to get out of sight.
Obfuscate.
All right, maybe
I'm using obfuscate 1.
Check.
I'm using obfuscate 1 and 2, by the way.
Yeah,
so zone of silence around myself.
Even if number 2 fails, they're still going to have a harder time finding you.
With stealth, you said?
With stealth, diff 6. Because they're looking. You have a lot of attention on you. You succeed.
3 successes.
Yeah, that's enough. You only needed the 1 success. So you're able to conceal yourself from sight. As you pelt it away from the building. And not moments after you run away, you can actually see the woman and the crossbow wielding male round the corner where you just were.
Okay.
And you can kind of hear them. The man just going, shit, the thing.
I will continue spending blood to heal myself whilst they are talking.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll just sit and listen for a bit.
The woman goes to speak and just says, "Right, shut up. You might still be here." Has his crossbow out, looking around. Just has it kind of pointed forward, kind of slowly backing off.
Okay. Chris.
To me, girl. Yep.
I'm going to use Demonian.
Okay. I hate you.
What is their self-control / instinct? Or rather, we're going with the dude first. What is his self-control or instinct?
His self-control is 3.
Okay. That is 3 successes.
The girls is 4.
Okay. Been a little challenging. He has a lot of self-control. Holy fuck.
It's almost as if they have an element of virtue within them. Goofran.
I have 3 successes for the guy and
the
1
camera.
success for a 1 success for the girl.
Okay, so how many successes for the gold? Just the one?
Just the one.
I'll say for both. I'll PM you.
Okay.
I'll PM you.
You can tell it to me after seeing if you're having some trouble thinking them up.
No, I've just. There you go. That's for both of them.
All right.
And they kind of they have their back to each other, so it's kind of it would be hard for you to re-engage them, or at least that's kind of the plan. I mean, you could literally just walk up to them from their side. But they begin kind of slowly backing out of the alleyway with their backs to each other. The guard with the crossbow kind of and she's like a small kind of dagger, not a knife, an actual dagger. Actually, one that you recognize as one meant that it's called I believe this is sword breaking dagger. That's what they call it, literally, because it's meant to break swords.
Gotcha.
The girl with the short sword has it out, but they begin to slowly shift out of the alleyway. And if you just kind of peek around the corner of the alleyway, they just make their way back inside of building until they kind of break their little formation, run inside the building, slam it shut, lock it, and you don't really see what happens from that point.
Okay. Okay.
No one's around because you're on the edge of a neighborhood.
GTFO!
Well,
I'm gonna go back to Irene.
Okay. How long has it been? Like, how much time has passed?
oh God, Christ, you've probably been following him for at least an hour or two. At least? Probably like 2-3 hours, 2.5 hours at this point.
Okay, Irene would not be in the alleyway anymore, but she would be in Gufran's
that's
shop.
completely fair. Okay,
She would be in Gufran's shop because she's not just gonna like not hear anything from her coterie mate all of a sudden anymore.
Sitting there with her arms crossed, really grumpy.
Oh yeah,
him
the
taking
mom
so
face
long.
is there.
It's so rude.
Young man.
Yeah, I will go
Gufran
to
will be
my.
about to sacrifice decorum for results.
I will go ahead and go to my shop. And all the way using obfuscate, just like whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, Irene will probably be in the back room because
That's exactly where he's going.
yeah, and I can imagine like his I would say servants, but yeah, you know what I mean. They would recognize Irene and would be like, okay, if you want to use the back room, go ahead.
So eventually, Gofran's going to make his way there. So the door opens and it closes behind him with a little bit of a loud thud, and Gofran is covered in flour and blood.
Oh.
Yeah, it's a really strange kind of actually fairly disgusting looking display.
Yeah, I'll make a roll.
Roll for what?
You're in subterfuge. Well, now at least I get 2 successes. So, Irene does not show a shocked expression that much as she slowly stands up to her feet and looks Gufran up and down. In God's name, what has happened to you?
Hunters! That's what!
Hunters.
Ghouls! Hunters. I might add.
Gold hunters. I
She
know
says as he's
little of hunters, but
Walking.
gold hunters.
He says as he's walking towards one of the closets here and pulls out a new outfit. Says, shit.
Gold hunters. Okay.
There
So
are
you're-
hunters that dedicate their lives and have gotten at some point addicted to canines' blood, and hunting other canines provides them, well, eternity, as long as they keep drinking blood and canines they capture, they feast from.
So that
Of course,
would
that's
be,
just another probability. It might as well be another clan that's hunting them down, but I don't know.
and that would be where our missing neonates are. It would make
I
sense.
have no idea. I simply follow them into a building, and they seem prepared, for they had a little trap as he the flower, like.
Well, we will at least need to update the seneschal on that.
We will have to be very quick
What
due
do you
to
want
that
to do?
trap. They were able to spot me, as you can see.
I can see. Are you wounded?
No, I healed everything.
Okay, good. You think they might relocate?
Yes, absolutely. These things don't stay in one place once they are discovered.
So, do you want to go for an immediate charge again? Like
Well,
now?
they'll be on heightened watch, especially this night. I don't know if the two of us are able to take that, because whilst I managed to drain one and nearly dry, who, by the way, resisted once I had my fangs in him,
Hmm.
there are still at least two others, if not more, there.
Okay. We need to inform the seneschal. Like
Of a,
right now.
of a hunter presence with ghoul that have the powers of ghouls, yes, we do.
Do you want me to go, or
Well, if you could go right now, I can't meet the seneschal in this state, can I?
well, obviously not, but he would like probably. I can
This
imagine he would
news
want first-hand
very
information.
fast. Yes, Miss Irene. This is very prudent.
Are you gonna be okay? Is there anything I can do for you?
I am going to be fine when I tear their spines out of their bodies.
Irene will stay very silent at that.
I'm going to need to make some preparations. The flour and blood probably covered up my visage, but I'm not going to count on coincidence.
And go talk to Eklios.
I could.
What more information? What was their location? How did you get
They
there?
they were outside of the city, in this hamlet, close to Salubri Domain.
All right.
Close to Salubri Domain.
What gate did you exit from?
Abraham's Fountain. Don't recommend that. Stay away from there.
So I've heard.
Vile. They were close to the Salubri Domain. Do the Salubri know about this?
How am I supposed
It's
to know?
not-
I'm not an expert on the Salubri.
Not their domain. Should have at least noticed this.
Gufran,
Yes?
you seem very agitated, and although I understand, maybe you should try to relax some.
You're right. You're right. Forgive me.
It's quite all right.
There's a break in myself.
I would
It's
feel
just
very
it's
much
been a very long time since I've been hunted, and it's not the other way around.
Would you wish, and you say you think they didn't recognize you, but just to be sure, would you like to have an alternative place to sleep for the night?
This is not my place of residence. My place of residence is a secret, Queen.
I understand. It was just an offer.
The offer is welcome. Where would this place be that you're offering?
It would be a place where I spend my days now, in the Nobles District.
That's because they suck. Well. I'll take that offer. At least for this day, I will take it.
Good.
Now, I will go clean myself up, and we will go to the Seneschal.
That seems to be prudent.
Exactly.
Could I
Give me.
Could I borrow one of your servants to send word ahead towards the Seneschal, so that at least he knows that we're coming?
Yes, of course. Ask for Ijern. She knows quite well how to deal with this.
Okay. And Irene will write a quick note to the Seneschal saying that during their investigation they had uncovered some very important information that they would like to share as soon as possible, and they will arrive within the hour after the messenger, and will then send the messenger on her way to direction of the Seneschal.
By the way, Chris, this is my very level retainer that's doing this, so yes, she does know how to do this shit.
Hooray!
Hooray! Great.
Here's the speed plot.
And then Irene will wait until... Sorry?
Does anyone have anything else they'd like to do?
Refresh myself and go to the Seneschal.
Go to the Seneschal.
I want to head directly to the Seneschal. Okay,
we'll be
there
in an hour. Like, that was not a joke.
We'll be there.
You are summoned.
Oh, we are summoned. Damn. All right. We'll be there within half an hour.
Yeah. Like, all right.
I mean, you're not actually. You're not that sort of summoned. I mean, you get a message back saying, "Okay, come meet me, please." Not, I summon you. You're now mentally compelled to be near me.
I have bad memories of that. So yeah, thank you.
But you are summoned to a nearby area within the Merchants District. It's one of the other towered buildings. This one having instead offered a meeting space on the ground floor of this one of the Merchants District's towers this time, and yeah, the Seneschal will simply be meeting with you. You're let in. Door is opened for you. Seneschal sitting at his desk, or one of his many desks, apparently.
Bows.
And
Curtsies.
yeah, he'll
Yada,
stand
yada, yada.
and we'll have him take a seat.
Yeah, no, well, just take the seat, the whole spiel. I says, Lord Seneschal, we are glad we could meet with you on such very short notice. The investigation into the missing neonates of Clan Toreador and Clan Asmite has brought up, well, some developments. In any case, in part of Frederick, the neonate of Clan Toreador's case, Frederick was last seen in a winery. From Lord Ecleo's mastery of Auspex, he discovered from recovered items from his person that Frederick was feeling a sense of dread. And he was looking over his shoulder continuously, it felt like he said. We then proceeded to leave the winery when we spotted an individual who kept some tabs on us. This person was also at the winery. After a small amount of delegation, we decided to act as if all was well, and Lord Acleos and Irene proceeded as normal whilst I entered my clan's ability of obfuscate and followed this individual. This individual took me to a hamlet outside of the city proper, close to Salubri Domain, where I discovered that they had a small trap, was caught in it, escaped, did some battle. We are dealing with hunters, or Seneschal Gould hunters.
That is the assumption, at least.
They were able to resist the effects of the kiss, as well as have an almost supernatural strength, an above human strength. That is what we've encountered so far, and due to the nature of those addicted to the blood of our kind, especially if they are hunters, we thought it prudent to inform you as quickly of this development as possible.
I see. You know where they are currently located?
I know where they are this night. I do not know if they have already fled, but as far as I know, they have locked themselves in. They are, at the very least, 3 people. And yeah, he'll proceed to tell them where they're at, close to the Silver Domain in the hamlet, that little town, He'll tell it all.
Takes a moment to think. Yep. They'll most likely relocate, but we may be able to set a trap of our own. If they are Gould, as you say, they will come looking for more Vitae. He's just looking directly at you two.
But, I mean, most likely, yes. But would they not only do that after they drained the 2 neonates that they have?
Do you wait until you are starving to hunt?
Fair enough.
Considering that if they wish to persist and not die an agonizing death, in many ways, Vitae is even more precious to them than it is to us, and in far shorter supply.
So, what you're suggesting is that one of us would be the bait.
They know your faces.
This is true.
You would not be under any real danger.
Very well. I have little combat abilities and do not have the opportunity to hide myself from sight as Sukufran over here has. I will offer myself as bait.
What's
Make the offer to your sire first. He speaks for you.
As you wish.
His eyes narrow ever so slightly.
Irene will pretend not to notice that because, you know, you don't look the seneschal directly into the eye. You look like at his
Really?
chest.
That's rude.
Yeah.
Really? It's extremely rude.
We're not playing werewolves, Saskia.
I mean, still.
Eye contact is very important in
Is
civilized
it?
society. You're looking, yeah, you look away from someone, you look like you're not paying any attention. Also,
Okay,
to a
that's
clan that
fair.
has dominate, it makes them, it's an implication that you're afraid they're going to dominate you, which
That
is
is
extremely
true.
rude.
That is true. No, gods, no. I do not want to be extremely rude. Sorry.
Let's you did the faux pas.
Yeah, her eyes will snap back up again then. I will ask my sire immediately. I have the feeling that this is not going to be a situation with our coterie only. Am I correct?
You will have assistance from one of the hounds.
Right.
If there are more than 3 and you spot more than 3 over the coming nights, then we will reassess the adequacy of our commitments. We will have begin to move quickly.
One never knows what a cornered rat might do.
Precisely.
Especially when they are hungry.
And if they decide to go looking for you before we are prepared, then no doubt you'd be in very real danger. So best that we move with the utmost haste.
I will send word out to my sire immediately.
I will keep myself hidden in the meantime. It is more than likely that I was recognized.
I think it's safe to say all 3 of us were. Because they spotted us at the door.
Indeed, but out of all of us, I think I have a little bit more of a public image. I'll have to work on.
I'd recommend remaining outside of the rat, considering that seems to be their preferred hunting grounds for the moment.
Of course. When do you wish for us to, well, continue?
We'll have a plan in place by the beginning of next night.
Of course.
If we cannot predict when they will re-begin their hunt, then we'll simply have to be endlessly vigilant. If that is all, you may leave. Take care of yourselves.
Thank you, Lord Seneschal. That is all.
Yes, thank you, Lord Seneschal.
And whoop, whoop, whoop.
That.
And Gufron GTFO'd.
GTFO'd, bitches! Oh.
Yep, and Irene will...
Seneschal slinks back into the endless darkness. And, yeah. With that, then. Anyone have anything else they want to do?
Nope.
Nope, nothing except for going to that beautiful house that Ulrich has in the Nobles District and set up sleeping quarters for Gufran, and of course send out word to Timoran with the request of yay, I will be bait, because that's the only thing I'm good at.
Mark is like, why do you have to suck so much all the time?
No.
He's a mental dog.
F you. So with the ST growling and grumbling, I think we can end the scene there. Thank you.
He's useless.
So is. Thank you, guys, for playing. Thank you, watch for watching.
Goodbye.
Thank you, SD, for Steve.